Okay, so it is April 15th. It's a Friday. Um, it's been a busy day, I guess. It is now just dark outside. I did go for a run today. Um, and pretty, just overall uh, pleased with my with how the running is going. And I actually did today because I was like keeping track of it mentally. And I was like, I used to keep a journal for running, and it's like, should I do that? Should I not? It's like, do I care? What do I do? Don't I just enjoy it for doing it? I don't really care to keep track of distance or miles or times or things like that. But I was like really thinking about it. I was like, but I'm proud of things like that, and it's like, but I don't know. So anyway, today I was just like, well, I'll just write it down. So I did. Created a new file, and because on Sunday, April 3rd, first day of my vacation uh, for that week, I did 77, 77, and then had 2 days off. And then on that Wednesday of that week, did a 66, 66, then did 2 days off. And then on that Saturday, the last day of my vacation, I did a 77, 77. And then went back to work. And then 2 days later, on Tuesday, this past Tuesday, I did a 77, 77 again. And then took 2 days off. And then today, did a 44, 44. And I just wasn't, I thought about it. I was like, well, but I just didn't really feel like it today. It was a little chilly, not really chilly, just I'm already getting used to it being warmer. So it's like my threshold of when I'm cold or changing already. But it was really windy, and the wind really kind of, I don't know, takes it out of me a little bit. Just like the sun, when it's really bright and sunny, that can do that too. So, okay, well that's that. And I did have something to say yesterday, but while I was doing this, I couldn't remember what it was. And then today, I thought of it. I was like, oh right, that's what I wanted to mention. And now I've forgotten it again. So, and it's something worth sharing. It's something worth mentioning. Something that happened, but I can't remember what it was, and it's interesting. That's all. It's just of interest, and not that it probably matters or whatever, but it was whatever it was. I don't remember, but it was interesting, and I wanted to talk about it. An observation of some kind. I don't know. This is why I take notes, so I don't have to remember everything. It bothers me when I forget things. And then so today at work, on Wednesday of this past week, I was let know by the store manager of a job opportunity that they were just basically throwing at me if I want it, and told to think about it. And so today, I let the guy know who is leaving and who I would be taking over for. I let him know that I knew about it and that I was considering it and I was interested. And I asked him a couple questions, and I got a couple answers that kind of more or less gave me some concern and some pause, and it kind of spooked me a little bit, because I already feel like I work enough hours. And it sounded to me like from how he does it, he works a lot of hours. And it's like I don't care about, I don't know. And also it's just the whole job would require more communication. And I wouldn't be able to just be in my own little world. I would have to coordinate and communicate and delegate and assign and then also keep on top of other people. And it's like, oh my gosh, I just don't know. But I think I've done this kind of thing in the past. I've been trying to remember. And it's like, haven't I done this sort of thing in the past? I think I have. Just can't place it. And a lot of times it's like, I just assume that I can do these things. Then I just end up doing them anyway and then I find out that it's hard and I have difficulty and I'm really stressed out and becoming emotionally too invested. And it's like, and as soon as I then stop doing whatever it is, it's like, oh, so, it's like the same thing with all the meetings and stuff that I was going to. I was going to 9 meetings a week for at least a couple years. It's like I've significantly dropped back in the past 2 years since the pandemic and everything. And I'm still okay. If anything, I'm doing better. Without so much, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. That's a different topic. But I'm just maintaining a presence in recovery culture. Just 2 meetings a week now, Wednesday and Thursday, and smaller meetings, and where I feel less pressured and under constant scrutiny, and not people constantly judging, and I don't know. But back to the job situation. So I let him know that I was interested, but had concerns. But I don't have time to really think about it too much because he'll be leaving in a couple weeks. And if I want to be able to shadow him and see how he does the job, I need to, but it's like, how are they going to even work that out? Because who's going to do my job if I'm shadowing him and figuring out how he does his job? It's like, so of course, that's not my responsibility. It's not my store. So I just need to be available and be the person to make the decision. And once I make the decision, then just move forward with it and see what happens. And yeah, I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. And I don't even know half the things that I'm going to be making mistakes about. And what all the job responsibilities will be about. And if I'm up, but I just assume that since somebody else can do it, that I can do it too. Because that's how I've always approached things. To my own lasting chagrin. My assumptions that I can do things like other people can do things. Because I just never knew that it's like, no, I cannot do everything like how everybody else does things. It might appear that I can. I might even fake it really well, but I just can't. And so it's like, I don't know if I'm setting myself up for getting myself into a situation where I really can't do things like how a lot of other people do them. I'll figure out my own way to do them, and it might give off the appearance of, I don't know, it'll be, so I am going to try, though. No one's forcing me, no one's asking me, just the offer was there, and it feels like an opportunity to change. Normally I'd be scared, and I just want to stay with what I know and how it's done, and I don't have to think about it so much. I just go in with an expected routine, and there's like expected deviations from routine, which is like, well, that's happened before, and I just kind of know what the possibilities of all the little things that go wrong, and the possibilities of the big things that go wrong too. By this time, I've been through the gambit of all the things that happen or don't happen. More or less unsurprised by lots of things. And my skill set will carry over to the new job. But anyway, I thought it was interesting that after I let him know, because I wasn't sure if this was like something I should be keeping private, keep it on the hush hush, because it's like, who needs to know, and why do they need to know? And it's like, because I haven't decided anything. I just said I was interested. But apparently that was enough that somebody must have said something to somebody, and somebody else said something to somebody else, and I just kind of, maybe it was me on the perception end of things. Of course, I wasn't looking for it because I wasn't expecting it. So, but I kind of noticed it's like people were regarding me a little bit different. I don't know. And I also don't like the thought of being in a supervisory role. Kind of, making sure that other people are doing what they're supposed to be doing in the time it's supposed to be taking, and things like that. And it's like, and it's because I'm not going to be enforcing or disciplining or anything like that. People take as long as they take, and if it takes longer, it takes longer. It takes less. I'm not going to be monitoring that situation. And if they want me to, well, then it's not for me. So that's like one of my, already things. It's like, and then when people are quitting and being hired on, it's like, it just seems a lot more. So it's like I have to interview them for the job. I don't want, it's like, I'm perfectly content to just continue to do what I'm doing. So it's like, what is my decision? I don't know. I'm kind of leaning to stay with what I'm already doing because I think it's enough. The only enticement is, well, it's an adventure. Do something different. I'd get experience with different things. If I don't do different things, I won't learn different things. So it seems like an opportunity for development. And yeah, I will be stressed out, and I will be forced to, face and deal with things that I don't like to deal with, like people. And it won't be customers, it'll just be coworkers. But I won't be alone. There are people that, they know me. I don't know. So it's just of concern. And then leaving my current job, I'm kind of like, feels like I'm well depended on for that job. And if I just all of a sudden leave them, it's like, well, what are they going to do? They'll have to hire somebody in, brand new, or transfer from another department or something. And yeah. So my decision is more than just affecting just me. It's affecting people that, have gotten used to me doing what I do in the capacity that I do it. And that's one of the reasons why this job was made available to me, is because of the way I do things. So it's kind of a nice show of support and appreciation. But, anyway, I haven't decided yet, but I need to decide soon. And I'm already just kind of worried about it. Oh, and that was the other thing. I mentioned it to a couple of people, and I got the impression, and one person, Barbara, specifically told me to pray about it. that is, thank you. I know she means well, but I don't, that's not, and I think she knows that. That's not something that I understand. It's not something that I do, and it's not something that I understand. Because I'm going to go ahead and make the decision that I'm going to have made, and then be aware that it was me that made it. And I didn't seek divine intervention to help me arrive at a decision, and then shift accountability based on how things turn out, and then give thanks appropriately or give grievance. It's like, something went wrong with this decision that you, it's like, no one's forcing me. No one's influencing me. I will be doing whatever makes sense to me based on what I hear. So in the interview, because I haven't taken the job. It's a lot easier and simpler if I don't take the job. But and I guess the enticement besides, and the incentive is, it does pay. Maybe, I don't know, 20% more than what I currently make, maybe 30% more, maybe. And then, like, with the cost of living and stuff and all the prices going up, it's like, it would look good on a resume or whatever. But then I would have less time to do things. So it's definitely a thing. So it's going on. And it is causing me difficulty, because I don't have all the answers to be able to make an informed decision, and I'm just left guessing, and I don't like guessing. So it's going on, and it'll just be on me to decide what to do. It's like doubling down with just life here, I guess. Of course, like I say, it's like, I'm not marrying the job. I've never, and it's like, I'm free to, no one else seems to. I mean, there are people that are just basically going to be there for forever, but it's like, not me, right? I get to leave whenever I choose. And even if I do take on this job, it doesn't mean anything as far as, it's not me, making any sort of pledge of allegiance or loyalty, or making a vow or an oath or a commitment. Like I say, I'm not married to the job. It's just a job. So as long as I remember that, I'll be doing okay. So, interesting times. And I guess I do need to continue to make decisions for my own future, as best as I know how, and wherever I end up going, which is kind of scary. I wouldn't lie if I didn't say I was scared. All those unknowns, but I don't know. I do have a interesting set of constants here, known variables. then I complain about the constants and the known variables. So the only adventure and mysteries are the things that I just invent on my own and go seek out and explore on my own. So it's like, I'm just experiencing a solo journey. Not creating, I'm just creating memories for myself, by myself. No one to share them with. No one to remember the stories with me and reflect on them and their significance and consequence. So, but I guess that's just not how it is for me at this time. I just don't know how to imagine anything different right now. So I'm just gonna, like I say, just making the best decisions that I know how to make for my current living situation, which is subject to change at any time, based on new revelations or insights or, proposals or propositions. But right now, nothing is calling me elsewhere. Nothing is being asked of me or suggested of me, aside from normal recovery, sort of stuff. They would like me to participate more in recovery type activities, but no, I'm okay with where I'm at with that. But living here and the job I'm currently doing, it's like, it'd be interesting to do something a little bit different for a while. A whole new set of problems. And let go of some of the problems I've got now. It's like, oh, right, I won't have to do that anymore. I don't like doing that. So, but it'd be a whole new set of things that I don't even know about that I'm going to hate. Oh, and it's like, how do you even be on call? And it's like, I don't know. So, I'm going in circles. I'm not arriving at any answers. Interesting, though. Interesting. And I know I'm just in this by myself. And it's my choice. Sucks. But I guess it's kind of cool too. So anyway, not a very interesting video, but it's what I've got going on right now. So it's what's on my mind, so that's what I'm talking about. Is it important? No. Is it interesting? Probably not. But it is what's going on in my little world. And it affects my ability to deal and cope. Which just kind of ripples outward and affects everything else. I mentioned one other guy yesterday that my sobriety is is greatly impacted upon by my serenity, which is also greatly impacted upon by my sincerity. If I don't believe in what I'm doing, then I have a hard time doing it. I have to see the reasoning behind it. I can't just, and belief and faith develop over time. But it's not something just immediately given. So, I don't know. This whole living thing is difficult. And just out of nowhere, it's like I feel like I haven't had a good cry in a long time. and I feel like crying. But I haven't found that catalyst to, not that I'm looking for one. If I find one, it's like, oh my gosh, if I start looking for one will just happen. And I don't want that. But I'll find one soon anyway. Because that's where yeah. So, anyway, I should go. This is getting long, and I haven't said anything. So, yeah, I feel very isolated and alone at this moment. And I don't know how not to be.